Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great evening. It is Sunday night and I wanted to film you this look. I was inspired with working on with this palette the first time, which is the Natasha Denona Gold palette, and I'm really looking forward to using the Python shade, which is this one right here, and then Oral, which is right there. These two shades stood out to me and I really wanted to create a look that would be really neat and a little bit different. I know that it is the blues and like the blue green shades. I know I like to film with those colors, but I wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit fun, and I wanted to step out of my comfort zone and film something a little bit different. So I hope you guys stay tuned. Please let me know what you guys want to see next, and let's jump into it. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back. I am filming the second look for the Natasha Denona Gold palette, and I came up with this look, and I just wanted to do something a little bit different. I know it's got the green and a little bit of blue in it, but it looks really neat, and these shadows stood out to me in the palette for like a smoky eye with some color. So we're going to be working with these shades today out of the palette. The first shade I'm going to be using is Area, and I'm going to be using that on a Sigma E40 brush. Just putting this in the crease to get ready for the blue shades. So I'm going to bring this shade out a little bit further in my outer V area. And I'm bringing it in pretty far towards my brow. We're going to be working with Python. And first I'm going to use the Urban Decay electric brush, and I'm going to use the smaller end of it. And I'm going to sketch out where I want the line on the top of my eye to be. This is probably the step that took me the longest to do, because I keep on looking up, tilting my head back. Over and over again. And it doesn't have to be completely precise right now, because I am going to be blending it out with some other brushes. Going to use a Morphe M433 brush. I'm going to go back in with Python, and I'm going to soften this line. And I know it's going to look really crazy at first until we get into this look. So it's Sunday night and the People's Choice Awards are on right now. Are any of you guys watching it? Or did you guys watch it? What'd you guys think? So I'm going to bring this onto the lid on the outer V. Blending this out a little bit too. I am going to wrap this around to the lower lash line as well. Just going to use this Morphe brush that does not have a number on it. and blend this out a little bit. And then use that Sigma E40 and blend it out a little bit as well. So far I've been liking this palette. It definitely is really, really nice. The pigmentation is there and the blendability is there. So I'm going to use a Morphe M562 brush, and I'm going to go back into Python again and intensify the line. And deepen it up. I do like this brush, especially for the inner corner and detailing. And I'm going to go into this shade a couple of times just to deepen this up. And make sure everything is blended nice. And there is a little bit of fallout here, which I do already have powders down, so I can just whisk that away. I'm going to bring some of this on the lower lash line. Just in the outer, so I can judge where my colors are going to be and where the blending is going to be. So I'm going to use that Morphe brush that doesn't have a number on it and blend out this outer corner and up here towards the brow bone. And I'm very lightly touching the skin with this and taking my time. The only thing that I thought was kind of weird with this shade is that it loses like weird, as you can see right here. It was losing color just on both sides, just like that. And I didn't get why it was doing that. So I'm gonna go back into the Sigma E40 and a little bit of the Area shade. Area. Tap it off a little bit and blend out this top half right here. Gonna go into a clean Morphe brush. This is an R38 brush, and blend this out. Going to use that M433 brush. Blending this in. Picking up a little bit of the Python shade. Got a little heavy-handed in the inner corner right here, so I'm going to blend that out with that clean brush. I'm going to use a Morphe M167 brush, little flat brush. And I'm going to use the Laura Mercier, and this is the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer. I'm using the shade 2N. And I'm going to use the brush and I'm going to cut the crease. So I'm going to just pick up a little bit of this on the edge of the brush and I'm going to stamp this on the lid. And drag it down. and sharpen up this at the top. It looks like that. Going to go back in with that M433 brush from Morphe. And again, we're going to be using Python. And we're going to take this brush and we're going to brush that into the concealer so it meshes in the inner corner and the outer corner. If you can hear pitter-pattering, Zoe and Rev are walking around. This looks really nice. Going to use a MAC 242 brush, and I'm going to use the shade Oral, and I'm going to brush this onto the center of the lid. And this is dry without any Fix Plus, and this shade picks up very well. I'm gonna slowly work my way up to the top. And bring it all the way to the edge. And using my tip of the brush to stamp this all the way to the top. And going one more time with the brush. And this shade is stunning. I almost said that with pretty much like all the shades in here because they're really, really nice. So I'm going to use that M433 brush again and go back into Python again and brush that in between Python and Oral to mesh them together. Just going to use that Morphe brush that doesn't have the number on it and go into Python again and brush that in, blending the two shades together, meshing them, and they blend very well to each other as well. I'm going to clean that brush off with my color switch and tap into Python again. Clean it off, tap into Python again, just like that. Now I almost feel like I pulled off a little bit too much of the gold, so I'm going to go back into that MAC 242 brush and whisk that towards the outer again and the inner. And it just brings the color back just that little bit that you need, and it also helps blend the colors together. Gonna clean off that Morphe brush that has no number. Brush, brush, and that's good. So I'm going to use the Urban Decay, the electric brush again. I'm gonna use the smaller side, and I'm going to go into Python again. Pick up just a little bit, tap it off, and I'm gonna sharpen this edge at the top, just to make it a little bit more pronounced. And using that Morphe M562 brush with nothing on it or extra, blending it right on that. Going to use the shade in the middle, Sparks, and I'm going to use my finger, picking up a little bit of that shade. You can see it gives a little bit of a reflect, and I'm going to tap that on top of Oral. And it gives a different color. It is so pretty. Going to be using Becca Opal and a Sigma E30 brush. And I'm going to put this on the brow bone. From the inner corner all the way down the tail. This will help clean up as well, because I did go a little higher than what I was hoping to, all the way up here. And just using that Sigma E40 and blending that out a little bit. So we're going to work on the lower lash line, but first I'm going to be using a Urban Decay 24 Glide On pencil in Mainline. And I'm going to use this and I'm going to line my lower waterline. And this color matches almost perfectly. And I'm going to go into the lashes as well. Going to use that Morphe M562 brush and Python. And I'm going to use this from the inner corner to the outer corner on my lower lash line. And really work this color. Then I'm going to use that Morphe M433 brush and a little bit of Python again, and I'm going to blend this out. Using the Sigma E40 brush and the color Aria. And I'm just going to take this and lightly go right here to blend out Python. Going to use that Morphe M508 brush and a little bit of Oral. I'm going to take this shade and I'm actually going to put this in the center of the lower lash line. I just picked up a little bit more of it on the brush, and then I'm going to use a little bit of Fix Plus and spritz that brush. And I'm going to tap that over to intensify it. Using that 562 brush from Morphe and just whisking it a little bit around that line, as you can see, like right here. Going to use Sparks again, and I'm going to use my finger, and I'm going to use the shade in the inner corner. And it just gives the inner corner a little bit of life since it is so dark for the rest of the look. So lastly, I'm going to put the Nars Climax mascara on, and this stuff is really becoming a liking. I'm going to put some of this mascara on the lower lashes. And And this look is not going to be complete unless I actually put some lashes on. I used these in my last tutorial. They are the Ace Beauty lashes in Ellie, and these things are really, really nice. I still like them. They're really pretty, easy to work with, and that's what they look like. These are Ellie. Going to use the green duo glue to apply those for adhesive. Just going to use the Tarte Tartiest lash helpers to apply them. Boop. One lash on. Now let's put the other one on. Hopefully I don't jinx myself. So the lashes are on. I jinxed myself, so it took me 2 times to put this one on. And I'm going to set my face so I can put some highlighter on because I'm looking a little matte. And I'm actually going to zoom out just a little bit. So I'm going to spritz my face with some of the Skindinavia the Makeup Finishing Spray. And I'm going to use the Becca Opal again, which just looks like this. I have my big one, but it's broken, so it's hard to show the glory as she is. Going to be using a Anastasia A23 brush. And let's hit those cheekbones. Still one of my favorite highlighters. Go on the tip of my nose. Picking up a little bit on my hand for the bridge. I'm gonna go on the top of my brow. Cupid's bow. Just a little bit on my chin. Before I do forget, I'm actually going back into the Natasha Denona palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Log right here. And I'm going to use that on that small Morphe M562 brush. And I'm going to just put a little bit of this in the inner corner and the outer corner for a little bit more of depth. Makes it a little bit darker. And then I'm going to use Oak from MAC again to line my lips. I'm going to be using MAC Velvet Teddy. And in the center of my lips, I'm going to be using Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW. Using a little bit of Bite Beauty, and this is the French Press in Flat White. Alright guys, this is the finished look for the second look that I did with the Natasha Denona palette. And I just created something that was more of a smoky eye, but it had a little pop of color. Just wanted to use a lot of different colors together. Something just to have a little bit of fun playing with color, because the last tutorial that I did was more of like a brown smoky eye. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you like this look, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and click that notification bell for the next upload that I do post. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.